Hello everyone, welcome back. Today I wanted to show you a good way that you could map out your work schedule. Now, most of you I know are working for yourself and you dreamed of having the freedom of being your own business owner or entrepreneur, but then what happens? You find yourself working 18 hours a day. You don't have any time for yourself and maybe even your family. I just want to show you a quick way that you can visualize what you really want to do with your life. And I'm going to walk you through, this is actually just a little Excel spreadsheet. And what it does is it maps out how you want to spend your time. Down at the bottom here, if I click on decisions, you really need to start with making some decisions. So what do I mean by that? Let me just drill in here a little bit so you can see this better. First of all, decide how many clients you want to work with, and then start making a list of how long, ideally, you should be spending in each of these categories. Now, I know initially starting out, you feel like that you have to grab every client, work with every person that comes your way, but that just leads to burnout. So in a perfect situation, so if you're a realtor, how many clients can you ideally work with? Is it 3 at a time? Maybe 2 buyers and 1 listing, or 2 listings and 3 buyers? You know what your circumstance is. So go ahead and put that figure there. And then take a look at some of these categories that you'll be spending time. The idea is you want to work in your business, not work on your business. So of course you have to spend some time doing your marketing activities. You've got business management. So what do I mean by that process? And then some of the things that get neglected: social time, family time, me time, home management. So if we come down a little bit further, I've divided this up into daily, weekly, monthly, and other areas. So physical, for instance, do you have a goal of spending 30 minutes a day exercising? How about any spiritual activities? Maybe 30 minutes on that. Ideally, you should only be spending maybe 30 minutes on your email. You should not be absorbed in your email. Some of your marketing activities, you might be doing some daily marketing activities, such as social media, but again, you need to limit that. And again, ideally, you should only be spending about 15 minutes to 30 minutes a day if you're doing it right and you have your system set up. And you might have other things, weekly planning. Do you spend an hour every week planning for the next week? Writing, this might be blogs or maybe articles that you're doing. How much time per day, ideally, would you like to spend with your clients? And then big planning, this is once a month you should be spending maybe 4 hours on some big planning activity. So this is just a little worksheet so you can start seeing where you ideally want your time to go. So maybe you want to spend an hour on physical and spiritual activities, 30 minutes on your email, and so forth. So you have to do the planning first. And then if we come over here to your weekly sheet, what this is, let me just make it a little bigger here. And you can color code this to however you want it. But assign a color code to some of these activities. So personal is purple here. And I put a note here, don't confuse this with your me time. Personal means, okay, that half-hour Bible reading you're going to be doing every day, or that half-hour walk you're going to take. That's personal time, but it's not me time. Me time is something fun just for you. Again, this is another critical area because most people spend so much time working in their business and then they wake up one day and they are totally burnt out. So think of something fun that you enjoy. Maybe it's reading, maybe it's sewing, Maybe it's just scrolling through Facebook, but just those fun groups, not work related. And make sure you schedule time for that. So anyway, you can spend time looking at that. But then up here, this is where you start mapping out. So again, in an ideal work day for me, or work week, might be the first hour is my personal time where I do some Bible reading, I do some exercise, get myself ready. And then from 7 to 8, down here I have family time. Well, that might be eating breakfast with your family, might be getting the kids ready for school. Just whatever your routine is. Red on this calendar is what I call home management. I don't agree with saving all your chores and then doing everything on Saturday, because guess what? When the weekend rolls away and you're back to Monday, you feel exhausted. You haven't done anything fun. You haven't enjoyed the weekend. I recommend that you break up your, what I call home management, into little chunks. And by doing little bits every day, then you don't have to devote a 4 or 6 hour block of time on Saturday. So maybe between 8 and 8:30 every day, you quickly run the dust mop or the sweeper, you empty the dishwasher, you clean the cabinet or countertops, things like that. And then down here again, looking at my color code, so this dark blue business management. So every Monday I spend a chunk of time and I map out my whole week. I look at some of the objectives that I have going. And then on Monday I also spend a little extra time here doing some marketing activities. And then notice kind of the maroon color. If we look down here, this is my actual business time that I might be available. Catch that word, available, to work with clients. So clients work according to my schedule. Again, when you make an appointment with your doctor, does he just say, oh, well, when do you want to come in? No, he has set hours, or she has set hours and appointment slots. So when you work with clients, you just look at your calendar and say, well, I have some openings Monday afternoon or Tuesday morning, or maybe Friday afternoon. Which day works best for you? Then you're in control of your schedule. So again, I'm not going to go through everything here. Social, again, is another important thing for you, getting out, spending time, even if it's family time, but social in the sense that you're getting out of the house, you're doing something fun, you're interacting with other people. This is really important if you have a home-based business and you're in front of the computer a lot. Then the last tab, I just wanted to quickly show you, and again, you can add to this as much as you want. This is just an easy Excel worksheet. Try to figure out how many hours do you spend on some of the major household maintenance. And if you find that you're spending 20 hours a week, you're spending way too much time. And there's some tips and systems I could teach you about that in the future. But again, map it out so that when you're working on your weekly schedule, you know how much time you want to spend on these activities. So I hope that helps. I'm going to make this little spreadsheet available, and you can just click the link down below. And I hope it helps you, and I'll see you in the next video.